but in the winter, maybe, I don't know. Right now though, leave it like that for a second. Okay, oh, then we got the jump seat. Let me back up. There's the jump seat. No tears, by the way. The upholstery is in great condition on the bench seat, the back of the bench seat, all the padding to prevent your head from hitting the cabinets. Everything's in great condition. It's like a brand new ambulance. I'd say it's about as close to a brand new ambulance as you'll find. And I deal with a lot of ambulances. This also has a child restraint seat that's integrated into it. And it's also swivels. So if you want to, say you got a third rider, if you want to turn it around, maybe some people get sick sitting backwards. If you've got a nurse or something that's riding with you, just driving back to the station from the hospital or something, that you can turn around and look out the windshield. Sometimes that helps people from getting sick. I've spent so much time in the back of an ambulance that I can do my paperwork and be facing the wrong way and have somebody screaming bloody murder back here, and I'm not fazed by it, but sometimes a ride-along or something can't deal. What else do we have? Well, let's go over the switches here. So that's the air conditioning. Let me turn it off for a second so you can hear me. And then you've got your left and right dome lights, which is these guys here. So that's high. And over there, there's those, high. And then we got low. There's high and low. Now these ones over here, over the what would be the gurney, those come on anytime the rear door is open or the side door open, so it's not pitch black in here when you're loading the patient in. So those stay on, you know, until the attendant can get back here and decide what lights he wants on or whatever. There's that. Now it has electric oxygen. So let me show you this real quick. Oh yeah, and here's the, oh, you know what, I have a test tank too. I'll connect my test tank just so you can see that the oxygen works. That's important. You can see there's not a tank connected right there. There's zero pressure. And then you've got two outlets here. And then there's one over the bench seat. And up above there, that's intercom system. It is wired for an intercom system, so if you use Sigtronics headsets or another brand, it is wired for that. Okay, so you've got two oxygen outlets. So how the electronic, you don't have to use it like this, but it has this feature if you want it. So you'll see here, there's an oxygen switch right there. So if I turn that on, you can see, I think you can probably see that little light lit up on the oxygen switch. Well, there's a solenoid behind this emergency bypass. So if this is on, the oxygen won't flow unless that switch is on. If you don't want to deal with the switch, you can just leave it off, and you just leave it off there, and it'll just flow the second, you know, you put your airflow regulator on and turn it on, it'll start coming out. But if you're in an accident or something like that, it is convenient just to be able to reach over, boom, turn it off. But this would have to be on. You can probably hear, I don't know if you heard the solenoid back there. But now, with the button on, it would stop pumping oxygen to the back. So the farthest it would get is to this point here. It wouldn't allow any more oxygen to flow to that outlet or to these outlets or what have you. It's also a great way if you do have a tank that's got a slight leak or something like that. It'll prevent leakage, or if somewhere in the oxygen manifold behind here, if it's not super tight and there's a little bit of leak somewhere, turning it on and off from here, the oxygen will, prevent it from traveling beyond this point here. So that's that. The next switch is the exhaust fan. So that, let's say you got a patient that just farted or they crapped their pants, you can suck the fumes right out. Very convenient. And there's another one over here. And there's that. Alright, so there's that. Next, we already did the suction. Oh, it's got power door locks, which is my favorite feature. So if you look right there, see that popping up and down. So, and that also controls all the outside compartments. And you can also, you can tether it to a remote key fob for keyless entry. So you can, you know, unlock your outside compartments or whatnot. There's another button over here, but let me close this so you can see there's another button. See that? So that's super convenient. So, you know, there have been times where I've been in the back, we're about to take off, and some crazy family member comes running up to the back doors, and they're trying to climb in the back because they think you got someone in your ambulance that they know. Bam, you lock them out, boom. So there's that. There's also there's a mounting plate there if you have a screen that you tie into your radios for base station information, or what hospitals are open or closed to diversion or whatever. That was there, but that's an expensive item that's been removed. And that's that. I think we covered everything. Oh, let's look under the bench seat. Under the bench seat is very roomy. You could put a Sager splint, hair traction splint, blankets, pillows, and what have you. And oh, over here, it's called the ALS wall. There's a drawer. You can put whatever you want there. I'm starting to get the hiccups. Big compartment there for like patient care reports, envelopes, whatever you might need. And then your like drug box, monitor, and portable suction. This is all accessible from that side door. This is a Skor portable suction charging station. So if you have a Skor portable suction, you can charge it right there. And that's about it. And then this is like the electricals up here. And I really like Wheeled Coach's electrical. I've never had an issue with any Wheeled Coach ambulance. Their electronics are bulletproof, so I could name some coach builders that I've had horrible problems with, but never with Wheeled Coach. And they're a huge company, and it's really easy to get parts from them if you need a part. And that's pretty much everything. So let's take, I'm losing some light outside, so let me show you underneath the undercarriage real quick before it gets any darker. We'll look at the engine, and then we'll get into the cab and go through all the Ford stuff. Oh, you know what? I should probably, you can see, I think you can see, those are the load lights. I should light this guy up so you can see what it looks like at daytime, and then we'll